beautiful people. Welcome back to another soulful session of Mondays with Mondaine. And this is where I go deep. Well, we go deep into the rhythm of life, love, and liberty. And of course, I'm your host, E.D. Mondaine, and I'm ready to groove with you through the beats of the week. And here we go. Today, we're going to go into a topic that hits close to home for many of us. Well, all of us with, dark pigmentation. And it goes deep for those that don't have it because there's some important stuff in here for you to hear too. It's the ever-dissolving rights of black Americans in the good old U.S. of A. It's a story of struggle. It's been that story for a long time. Resilience. And the ongoing fight for true equality and justice. It hasn't stopped. So grab your soda water. Remember these called soda water. Your soda. Tuna and crackers and kick back. And let's get into this vital conversation together. The beat goes on, but it's up to us to keep the rhythm of democracy alive. And we need to kick it kicking too. Keep it kicking. Keep it kicking. Let's do this together. Kick the can. Talk about an old subject that people don't like, the proclamation, Lincoln's proclamation. The trajectory of rights for black Americans in the United States has resembled a cyclical struggle that's kind of like a dog chasing its tail. This metaphor is not just poetic. It encapsulates the frustrating reality of progress and regression in the fight for equality and justice. America, touted as a multiracial national nation since its inception, we've struggled with the specter of its original sin, slavery, and the entrenched racial discrimination that followed its abolition. Despite milestones like the Civil Rights Act of 1964, systemic racism continues to pervade institutions, policies, and social structures. This, of course, disproportionately affects black communities. And we're sick of talking about it. Well, can't y'all talk about something else? No, not unless it's moved and it's still here. One of the most glaring manifestations of this systemic equality is the economic disparity faced by black Americans on a daily. The historical injustices such as going all the way back to the denial of benefits from the post-World War II GI Bill to black veterans. It hasn't stopped, folks. This thing was orchestrated by white lawmakers that were eager to maintain racial segregation. And this has had enduring repercussions today. Policies like redlining, which barred black neighborhoods from receiving mortgage insurance. This further entrenched economic segregation, and it was a hindrance to wealth accumulation. Home ownership, so they say, is the best way to build generational wealth. In 2019, McKinsey report, the McKinsey report, it illustrates the disparity that goes on right now, and it reveals the median black families possess only a fraction of the wealth held by their white counterparts. Now, 2019, 2024, it hasn't changed, but it's gotten worse. Oh, it's gotten worse. Education, which they call the cornerstone of empowerment and progress, it's also under siege. Across over 30 state legislatures, bills have been introduced to restrict the teaching of racial history. It's been spurred by misguided fears surrounding critical race theories. Ooh, this wave of censorship extends beyond curricula, encompassing a disturbing trend of book bans, targeting works by predominantly black authors, and it prohibits the discussion of race, gender, and sexuality. The erasure of these narratives not only deprives students of a comprehensive understanding of history, but also undermines the cultural identity. Cultural identity. It's important that you can identify with your culture, people, and the belonging of black communities. Listen, you got to know where you've been in order to know where you got to go back to, and our culture is really important, and it's important that we understand it. The ACLU, my brothers, stands at the forefront of defending free speech and combating this insidious trend of erasure. Through litigation and advocacy, we strive to preserve the fundamental right to access diverse perspectives, learn from the past, and celebrate the rich tapestry of stories, music, and culture that shape our collective melting pot identity. Now, why is it more crucial than ever for Black Americans to hear this message right now? And I've pinned about 4 or 5 different reasons, and here we go. First, we have to be careful about the erosion of our rights. Despite historical progress, recent trends show a concerning erosion of rights and freedoms from Black Americans, from educational censorship to economic disparities. We've got to look at voting censorship and voting rights being pulled back and the advocacy thereof. The upcoming 2024 election, it presents a critical opportunity for Black Americans that we need to demand change, shape policy, and bridge inequities through active participation and advocacy. We need to get involved. It's imperative that we engage in the democratic process to shape a more just and inclusive future, folks. We have to preserve our cultures. The erasure of Black narratives and histories underscores the importance of preserving cultural identities and heritage, highlighting the need for ongoing dialogue. And we must be made aware. Our children need to know. So my last point is awareness. Understanding the historical context and ongoing challenges ongoing right now faced by Black communities is crucial for fostering empathy and driving meaningful change. Empathy to who? Empathy for the people that need to get up off their butts and help with the struggle. Those that are empowered. Y'all know who you are. By shedding light on systemic injustices, we empower individuals to advocate for justice and equality. Well, there's one more that's really important. Unity. In the face of adversity, guess what? Unity is our greatest strength. By standing together and amplifying each other's voices, we can create a collective movement, a power towards dismantling systemic racism and building a society that values liberty and justice for all. Hello, America. So until next time, I want you to stay groovy, stay woke, and keep spreading that love by insisting on a more just and inclusive future for everybody. I got to give some special shout outs right now, okay? To our sponsors. Poshine's, not just another restaurant, but an institution located at 8139 North Denver, right here in the Kenton District, and you can expect the best soul food and, this side of the Willamette. We got Aunties and Tanties daycare services. They do a wonderful job of caring for your children. And Adorn Electric. They really light up our lives. Well, they light up the set right now. I'm grateful for your support of this podcast, y'all. You can visit me on Sunday mornings at Celebration Tabernacle right here in Portland, Oregon, 8131 North Denver. And I'd like to extend a special thank you to our production team, Dion, Robin, Andy, and Paul. Say it with me. Not one of them is bigger than the other. Woo! And they all stand tall. Now, if you enjoyed this episode tonight, please share it with your friends and followers. Turn on your notifications, friends, so you never miss a thing for Mondays with Mondaine. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, There you go. And YouTube. And keep the conversation going. And let's make a difference, y'all, together. You know, I talk about a lot about knowing where you came from to know where you're going. Well, I came from the projects of St. Louis, Missouri, and I ended up into the majestic mountaintops of Portland, Oregon. It's been a wonderful journey, and Lewis and Clark took that journey from St. Louis to Portland, and I took it too. It talks about who I am, and as I'm with you often in the in cyberspace or on websites or on the what do you call it, social media, I want you to know a little bit about me and who I am. This book talks about my fantasies, my failures, my triumphs, and more than that, it talks about the resiliency of being able to continue to go forward regardless of the odds. I'd get a copy. It's called From Maladies to Melodies. And I hope that you enjoy it and give me some feedback. God bless.
Hey, it's time for you to come to Post Shine. Check out that catfish sandwich. Oh my goodness, is that the shrimp po' boy? Man, look at that chocolate chip cake. Man, I need to get over to Post Shines at 8139 North Denver right now because this food looks delicious. Or call if you'd like, 503-978-9000. And don't miss it, you'll be sorry.
In times gone past, we find ourselves making excuses so that people reminded, ooh, I've got to get home and tend to the brand new business. I need some time alone. Can't just wait until I'm finished texting on my phone.